Hello, everyone, and welcome to On Point. I'm Wayne Cavanaugh. A couple things popped into my head today that I wanted to share. I had just finished a video on mixed breeds and juniors and an article that will be forthcoming with more detail to follow up. One of the premises of this mixed breed and juniors program is to help grow the sport, using this as an avenue for marketing and getting people into the sport and hoping they stay. And one of the questions I raised was, is this the best way? I think there are many larger ways to do this. But another small way came to mind when I was recently sharing a story about something that happened to be probably 20 years ago. I was doing a show for, I think it was NBC Sports, could have been Animal Planet, in California. And one of the sound men had a parabola microphone, which is a big disc. It looks like the thing that kids slide down hills, you know, the saucer things. Stationary on his lap, outside the ring, sitting at ringside. And that picks up natural sound, nat sound. That's what you're trying to collect there, to give it a little background noise to be able to adjust those volumes. Well, it was the Gun Dog group, and season special. Obviously had won the breed, watching the group, and he was in competition for sure, high profile dog. And on his down and back, he saw that parabola microphone on the sound engineer's lap and lost his mind. Tucked his tail and got frightened, very frightened, and never recovered. The handler tried. She was getting frustrated. The dog was getting frustrated. Just didn't work out. And of course, I always feel horrible for those things. And if it's a camera in the ring, you know, I can usually go up and say, hey, back then anyway, you can't come in here, and this is where you need to stay. And that worked out just fine. Nowadays, we have many more angles to shoot. Anyway, back in the engineering trailer later, we were going over the footage, and the handler came in, and she was furious and banging on the door. I wanted to know, you know, who's in there. And the producer came out and just opened the door, let her in. And she said, you know, you've cost me the group. This is terrible, and had a valid and long complaint. Or was it valid? Because the judge was in there too. She's one of my favorites. I don't want to mention her name to get her in any trouble, but she said, I'm sorry, ma'am, but that was a temperament test, and your hunting dog failed. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was brilliant. I'm not saying that dogs don't spook. I'm not saying that, I mean, probably all of us have had a dog who spooked at something in the ring one point or other, but then recovered or didn't. They recovered pretty quickly. I don't think it's any big deal. Anybody would turn to a loud sound. And it wasn't but a year later where it shows somewhere back in the mid-Atlantic states, and a dog that was bred to hunt lions had a similar reaction to just the crowd noise of exhibitors stacking crates, not banging, nobody dropped anything, but it's noisy, putting crates on a dolly. And he lost it and never recovered. Again, a season special in the group. A dog bred to hunt lions. Those two things came to mind when I was thinking about marketing. And it's not a stretch in my mind anyway. I wonder how well we actually socialize our dogs to the real world. Would that have prevented those things from happening in those dogs? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But when I worked for the AKC in New York, Madison Square Park, the original Madison Square Garden, was right across the street. It's a dog park. We saw all purebred dogs back then. There were no doodles, maybe a few mixed breds, but mostly these are purebred dogs. And they weren't just in that park. They were walking all over New York every day. You've seen them if you've been to a city. Nothing phases them. Nothing. Nothing. Noises, sights, sounds, nothing. They're used to it. They've been socialized in the city. Okay, maybe I'm thinking about marketing the sport. maybe if we did a little more socializing, and a lot of people do, in public, at the park, the coffee shop, walking down the street in town, the grocery store, outside the grocery store. I wonder if we did more of that, if we wouldn't be, A, helping the temperament of these dogs. Not that it's a big issue. I'm just saying it wouldn't hurt. Mostly, though, I bring it up because it's easy marketing, isn't it? We all complain about growing the sport. What have we done individually? What have we done to help the sport grow besides complain it's not growing? Maybe it's as simple as taking our dog downtown, taking him out in public. Because when you meet someone in public, and you're going to have a great dog with a great temperament if you're a show dog going out in public, right? They could be really attracted to your breed and buy one. And I would think there's a better chance of that happening on the scale of how many people we are to bring our purebreds out in public than there would to bet the farm on a person of junior age coming in through 4-H with their cockapoo fitting in to the juniors ring and buying a dog and staying in the sport. I don't know, but I think the numbers are greater if we all took our purebred dogs out in public more often. I know a lot of people do, and I know it's a time constraint for handlers and people with a lot of dogs. I understand that. But maybe we get people to walk them for us, or maybe we just do what we can, one bit at a time, one dog at a time. I can assure you that people have bought beagles, pointers, and Irish wolfhounds because of my trips to the park and to the coffee shop. I hear from them. I see them. I get them a puppy or help get them one, and I see that puppy later on at the park. If we all did a little more of that, maybe that parabola microphone on someone's lap, maybe those cracks, the crates getting stacked on a dolly, maybe those noises wouldn't present a big deal. I don't think they do it often again, but it wouldn't hurt to socialize more. And more important, we'd be getting the word about, we'd be getting the word to the public about how wonderful our purebred dogs are. Nothing like meeting one in person. Marketing 101. I'm Wayne Cavanaugh. Thank you. Until next time.